Okay, so in the beginning of your relationship, I do not encourage posting pictures on social media. And here's why. You need to learn the red flags of a narcissist to make sure that you're not in relationship with one, because posting pictures on social media with your narcissist and putting up sweet posts and describing their character is a setup. Some of them will automatically jump out there and post you, and some of them you will have to question why they're not posting you. um and for the most part, you're going to have to ask them why they're not posting you, because they always have somebody else that they're dealing with. They're never just dealing with one person. Even if they marry you, you're still not the only one. Okay. So I don't advise anybody to start posting your relationship, because when the discard does come, or even when they start devaluing you, and if you go to your friends, or you go to just people that you deal with, they're going to look at you as if you're just slandering them. Okay, their mindset is going to be where nobody's perfect. You just got to give it a little time. And these are the type of people that have not experienced a narcissist. Okay, they just experienced a imperfect person, and there is a deep difference between a imperfect person and a narcissist. A narcissist is simply karma. Okay, their life is straight karma. There is no love in it. There is nothing good that's going to come from being with them. A imperfect person, they can change, they can self-reflect, and it can eventually get better in that relationship. So I do not encourage you to get in relationships and you start posting things until you are sure what type of person that you're dealing with. Okay. And so dating a narcissist is basically them setting you up. Everything about every move that they make is calculated. From the time that they got with you, it was calculated. Unless you ran into them in public, if you ran into them in school, you went to school with them. If you found them on social media, a lot of this stuff was strategic. They make strategic moves. They study you. They take their time in their pursuit of you, because they want to make sure that they have grade A supply. That means that they want to make sure that when they choose you, you're going to pour every single thing good about you inside of them. They also want to make sure that you're blind spiritually, that you cannot see the real them. So they are very strategic and calculate on how they pick their victims. Okay, so I would be very mindful on trying to be quick to post your new relationships on social media, because when it's time for that discard to come, and you start telling people about your story, you start trying to explain your trauma, you start trying to explain your experiences, a lot of ignorant people are going to say bad things, and it's going to make the trauma that you already suffer in that relationship, is going to make it worse. The only people that's going to understand what you have experienced with a narcissist is other survivors. Those are the only ones. I have found so many of them in groups, on Facebook. They're in groups. They said that they have to, be behind closed doors, because we have, grew up in a society where we have really been taught by a lot of narcissists. A lot of biblical teachers have been taught by narcissists. So they had a strategic way on how to make people be silent. They use the Bible against victims. They have a very strategic way on how to keep their business. They have a very good way of doing it. Say, for example, like, how people say what goes on behind closed doors, that came from a narcissist. Just the teachings with the women, the women to be silent. That's why most of the narcissists, they started out as men. Okay, so then when you start sleeping with them, and you having these sexually transmitted demons going from man to woman, and then you having children, so it goes from the man to the woman to the children. So now you got just narcissists, running around out here rampant. So you have to be very careful. I would not be so quick to post things on social media as a bragging right, because you just might end up looking stupid and single and crushing your spirit and having to go through that trauma and that healing season by yourself.